Right, we'll start with some fan reactions now. My first guest, line me, is Shocky from Toon Army TV. Newcastle United 2, West Ham United 4. Go on. Just what do you think of that out there the day, man?
Absolute parcel of shite. Can I swear? That was awful today. I mean, yeah, happy new season and whatnot. I mean, first half, we played all right. I mean, up front, you know, we took our chances. But, you know, West Ham are a decent side, but at the back today it really cost me. You know, the backwards passing, passing back to Woodman. I thought his distribution was awful. And West Ham, I said, you know, at half time at 2-1 up, it's only a small, slender lead. You know, West Ham have got the quality, you know, to go out in the second half and do something, cause some damage, and they did that. Cast their own downfall, basically. The 3 goals that they scored were all preventable. We're causing our own problems. It's the same old from last season. We haven't rectified the back, and as I said, it's the defenders that are costing them a big time. Where's the communication? Do you know what I mean? His substitutions were awful as well. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it. Shelby was taken off for Fraser with his new Umbernate role. I don't understand. He takes Kraft off for Longstaff, and he goes like 4 at the back, but still it was far too little, too late. I mean, we got taught a new household in that second half. We've been taught a lesson. I think at the end of the day, Shelby for me was the worst player on the park. The amount of times that he was just basically spraying it backwards and passing it back to the defence, and the defence back to the goalkeeper. And then Woodman, you know, he's a 3rd or 4th choice goalkeeper. He's not the most experienced in the league. And as I said, I think his distribution wasn't great at times. He could have used his own initiative to maybe put the ball up forward and try and give the attackers something to do. And West Ham were just thriving off that in the second half. And as I mentioned, with their quality, it was too easy for them. The penalty for me, it was a penalty. And the penalty, what was so bad about that was it come from our own goal kick. Do you know what I mean? It's embarrassing. I could run through this whole game. It was embarrassing from start to finish. Yeah, and God knows what Steve Bruce's half-time team talk sit back in the second half, and you know what happens, and it just goes downhill. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We're 2-1 up at half-time, but we're still vulnerable. You know, when we got it at 1-0, great finish by Callum Wilson. But you know, for West Ham's equaliser, I mean, nobody got a touch. It was embarrassing. Cresswell, I mean, yeah, it was a curling free kick, but you know, our defence is not, you know, tracking the man. What's going on? Do you know what I mean? And then obviously half-time, say 2-1. You think, right, it's a vulnerable scoreline. Obviously, Jacob Murphy scored, great goal by the way, but. Second half, we just have to up the ante. We have to try and get that 3rd goal. If we get the 3rd goal, we'll kill them off, and we didn't. And the minute West Ham got it at 2-2, you know, for me, it was poor defending again. And then obviously they got the penalty. For me, again, penalty, I can't argue about it. But then the goal, the 4th goal just wraps up the game. And let's be honest, they could have scored a 5th, they could have scored a 6th, a 7th, an 8th, and 9th, and a 10th. That's how poor it was. Yeah, well, we'll move on to Villa next week, and it's the place we have not had success down there the past 2 times. We'll play like that. We'll get Muller down there as well. Absolutely, Villa will have a game plan. You know, they lost to Watford the other day, but they got 2 back, so there'll be a bit of confidence there, and they'll be looking at this game today thinking, well, it's Newcastle, are vulnerable. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not great on the road. Not looking forward to it, if I'm honest. No, well, then thank you very much for it. Right, I've got Archer with us now. Newcastle United 2, West Ham United 4. Did well in the first half, but second half, Brucey's usual half-time team talk arrives. The same old sit back, and we got absolutely mauled to death in that second half. I would say it's first half 2-1 up, and St Maximin played really well. The thing is, St Maximin, he's got an e-service for him, but he crossed the ball. Callum Wilson 1-0 up, and West Ham scored an equaliser, and then where he scored the 2nd goal. Jacob Murphy crossed the ball in. First half 2-1 up. Second half was absolutely atrocious. What is Steve Bruce thinking? Literally, the defence is absolutely crap. We're playing three at the back. Fernandez, Kraft and Clark. Fernandez, Kraft and Clark, and then they're playing the wing-back system. Like, why don't you just play 4 at the back, 4 in midfield, and just 2 up front? That's how I would play it. We would like to see a 4-2-3-1, but because Steve Bruce is too stubborn and he won't go with it, you know why he likes his 5 at the back now. We went with it in pre-season, so he was going to do it again, obviously. Yes, because like he's a former defender at Man United, so he's going to be very defensive, isn't he? But he's just crap. Like we've literally brought Joe Willock in. So
that's a boost for the fans for bringing in Joe Willock for 25 million after 10 minutes before the game kicked off, so that was a good boost. So like we'll move on to Villa and just like see what the lads can do. But at the minute there's about maybe 2.5 weeks until the window shuts. We simply need to bring in more bodies through. We can't just rely on Joe Willock. We need to bring in a striker or a midfielder or a defender. But we just need a few bodies through the door, even if it's loans or frees. I wouldn't mind having even Jethro Williams. He's a free agent. Bring him in. Solomon Rondon. He's a free agent. Bring him in. But no, they wouldn't even. This is Newcastle. We wouldn't bring anyone on a free, will we?
No, well that's the thing. So yeah, we'll go on to Villa. If we play like that, we'll get absolutely mullered to death completely.
Yeah, I totally agree, Peter. Like we've got Villa coming up next week. I'm hoping we beat Villa, but it's early days. It's the first week of the season. We'll just have to see what happens. But we'll just have to see what the season's gonna bring. But first game of the season against West Ham, absolutely joke.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, thank you very much, man. Right, Paul, the Toon review. Newcastle United 2, West Ham 4. I think I'm going to be expecting a big rant, but second off, that was absolutely pathetic.
Well, I'm expecting a big run when I go home, Peter, to be honest. I mean, that was absolutely shocking. I mean, the first half, to be fair, we attacked quite well, and then West Ham did as well. So it was a free-flowing game. I enjoyed the first half. And then to go in 2-1 up, you're thinking, right, get in, settle down, go back out again, play the same way. But as usual, he comes out, changes the team for some reason, changes the tactics for some strange reason, and we get mullered. Come out for the second half, and within 20 minutes of the second half, we've conceded 3 and we're 4-2 down. I mean, what is this man doing?
Yeah, I mean, and no doubt he'd be standing there, hands in his pockets on the touchline. I certainly caught him doing that completely.
I mean, he doesn't have a clue, Pete. You know, he doesn't have a clue. He's looking to his coaches for help. He stands there with Steve Agnew, what they're talking about, what they've had for Sunday dinner, or what they're having for apple crumble and shit when they go home. It's ridiculous. He doesn't even think what his next move is, or plan B, try and change the game. He doesn't do it. And as usual, we get mullered. Rubbish.
Absolutely, yes. Question, penalty. Was it a definite penalty for West Ham?
I didn't think so at first, because I was right behind it, and I didn't think it was a penalty, but then people have told me that it definitely was, so I'll see when I go home. But either way, it doesn't really matter. It was shocking defending, to be fair. You know, Antonio hit the post with a header just before that. We get a goal kick, and then all of a sudden we lose the ball again. Let West Ham drive at us. And I said on my videos, and I've said before the game, the pace will hurt us because we've got none in the defence, and it's exactly what happened. Ben Rama and Antonio had a field day today. Yeah,
well, it's the same defence. It's totally the same team with Willock still. West Ham next week, if we play like that, it could be more than 4 to Aston Villa.
Well, Aston Villa will be rubbing their hands. You know, they've lost their first game. What a way to bounce back. Oh, who we're playing next? Newcastle United. You know, they'll just look at it and think, they'll look at that game today and think, right, we'll just destroy them. You know, just keep tight at the back, because we have got a decent forward line, there's no doubt about it, but the substitutions today, I mean, just rubbish.
Yeah, I mean, Fraser with this false 8 or this number 8 role, I mean, I just don't understand. Longstaff right at the end of the game for Kraft. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely baffling.
Well, why do you take Callum Wilson off?
Exactly, one of our best players.
We're 2 goals down, we need to get back in the game. Yeah, put Joe Layton on by all means, but don't take our best striker off the pitch. It's pathetic, Pete, and it's like we've all said, all coming into this new season, it's very worrying and we're in deep shit.
So far, yeah. Do you think we'll bring anyone else in the transfer market, or do you think it's going to be sit back and nah?
We need a loan. We need a loan in defence. Maybe another midfielder, but more so priorities on the centre back. It has to be, because we have no pace at the back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. Fernandez, Kraft, Divgaby. So it was shocking once again. Clark. Well, the whole defence got fell apart in the second half.
They got ripped apart, Peter. It was right behind that goal for all three in the second half. You could see the gaps where I was sitting, and you're thinking, why aren't they covering them? Why aren't they doing anything to get back? But it was pace. It was pace that got them, pace that destroyed us, and it will continue to destroy us this season unless we bring somebody in with a bit of pace.
Exactly. Well, there'll be plenty to talk about on Monday. Cheers very much, Fran.
No bother.